Hey guys, what is going on and welcome back to Mark's Tech. If this video gets 10,000 likes, I'll get a haircut. So I've had the iPhone 12 Pro for about a week now. Not really, it's been 5 days, but honestly 2 more days isn't really going to change my perspective on this phone. The iPhone 12 Pro is kind of like the same, but different. It's different, but same. First things first, the camera. Now look, you don't expect the camera of the iPhone 12 Pro to be a massive leap from the iPhone 11 series of phones. While the difference is there, it's only noticeable, if at all, when you do a comparison. The photos coming from the 12 Pro look great, as you would expect from Apple. Very good detail from that 12 megapixel camera, as well as that new f1.6 lens. It does give a slight better detail in low light. The main differences you will see from the camera is when shooting low light video, all thanks to that faster aperture. You'll see that the iPhone 12 Pro's video isn't as noisy as before, and it doesn't have shake during low light as previous models did. The next thing I noticed is just how good the video looks on the screen. Literally on the iPhone 12 Pro screen. If you take that video, if you record some beautiful HDR video, HDR Dolby Vision video, it sounds very cool. But whenever you send it to a person that cannot view it in Dolby Vision, they will just get the normal version of that video clip. I mean, the difference is massive. Believe me when I say this. If you record a video from the iPhone 12 Pro, or even the iPhone 12, and you view it on the iPhone 12, beautiful, beautiful. It's like you're looking into heaven. It's gorgeous. The detail, the lighting, the shadows, the detail, just beautiful. But if you send that video or put it onto a TV, right, that cannot view Dolby Vision HDR, it looks good, but it doesn't look good. Dolby Vision might be a little bit better than HDR10+, but HDR10+ still has the upper hand because you can view HDR10+ on more things than you can with Dolby Vision. That's because HDR10+ is an open source platform format, whatever you want to call it, and Dolby Vision is licensed. But that's kind of the magic with Apple. When they do something, guess what? A lot of people do it as well. Think about it. Within a few months, there will be millions more devices that will be able to record and view Dolby Vision HDR. What's that going to do? Well, that's going to incentivize other companies to incorporate Dolby Vision as well. Think about it like with 5G. 5G was okay. I mean, we've had 5G for a while with phones, right? But guess what? Verizon partnered up with iPhone, right? And guess what? Boom, when iPhone came out, Verizon flipped the switch and turned on their nationwide 5G. Again, love Apple, hate Apple, whatever you want to say about Apple, when they jump on something, other companies look at it and be like, ooh, we should do that too. Let's do it right now. That's kind of what it is. So with Apple allowing Dolby Vision, oh, it's my dog itching. Dude, I thought we were having an earthquake. Oh my God. As I was saying, with Apple allowing Dolby Vision, you can expect a lot more companies within the next couple months into beginning of next year to really start incorporating Dolby Vision in their future products as well. So speaking of 5G, I'm pretty sure we have all heard this by now. Well, let's go see what the hype is about. In fact, I already did that for you guys, so you guys don't have to wait. This is the speed I got with nationwide Verizon 5G. Now obviously your results are going to vary. Some people's sub-6 5G gets into the 200, 300, 400 megabits per second. 60, 70 megabits per second. It all depends where you are, what city you're at, how far away you are from the cell tower. There's a lot of things that go into it. Is 5G a real thing? Yes. Is millimeter wave fast as hell? Yes. Is the chances of you living next to a millimeter wave node very small? Yes. But 5G is real. It's fast depending where you're at. It's also a big battery drain. So if you're not living next to a 5G, or you don't really care about 5G speeds because what you do on your phone with LTE is fast enough, turn off 5G and you'll get easily an hour better battery life. The build quality is amazing on the iPhone. I mean, we can all expect that. It makes me wonder why many Android manufacturers don't use stainless steel instead of aluminum. The difference is automatically felt when you pick up a phone that has stainless steel instead of aluminum. I mean, I'm not kidding. You can really notice the difference. It's more premium. Aluminum is easier to dent, so if your phone drops and you have an aluminum phone, that aluminum is very soft and it's more prone to damage. At least you'll get a higher chance of damage with aluminum compared to stainless steel. Whenever you use a stainless steel phone, damn man, stop sneezing, man, come on. So I guess what I'm trying to say is I wish more phones had stainless steel. That's it. I really wish I can say something about Apple's new A14 chip, but it's iOS, and as we all know, iOS isn't exactly the best when it comes to showing true power. The A14 chip kind of hides in the background, kind of like that person that won't stop texting you after you told them to stop multiple times. For a quick example, whenever you are recording HDR Dolby Vision on the new iPhone 12 series of phones, the phone actually renders each frame in real time. So if you're recording 4K 60 frames per second, that phone, your phone, this phone that is this thin and fits into your pocket, it renders that HDR frame 60 times a second for as long as that video is live, real time. That takes some serious horsepower. If what I'm saying doesn't really faze you, all you gotta know is good. It's good. For those of you that do know what I'm talking about, you'll understand how crazy it is that this phone, this chip, is capable of doing that. And again, that's kind of Apple's magic. It may seem boring because it is kind of boring, but most of the cool things about iPhone happens in the background. And I can totally understand how that's boring. I mean, that's the thing that made me even get into Android phones in the first place. But the good news is that this phone is going to last you 5-6 years because that A14 chip is so powerful, it gives you enough headroom to really move into the future and not really worry about, oh, is this processor going to be good in 3 to 4 years? Because the answer with Apple is always yes. Now, battery life. The battery life on the iPhone 12 Pro, listen man, I've seen people praise it. I've seen people hate it. I don't know. I'm just gonna shut up and let you guys take a look at the screenshots. A total time of 8 hours and 8 minutes. It's obviously split by 2 days because the second screenshot happened after midnight. And if you guys used iPhones before, you'd know that once you go into the next day, it doesn't stay on that same bar. It goes to the next day, which is why you just combine them and that's it. You can see that my last charge was on Sunday at 10 a.m. so pretty much 10:07 a.m. and then again that screenshot, the second screenshot was taken on Monday at 12:18 a.m. So basically 14 hours off the charger with a total on screen time or screen on time of 8 hours 8 minutes. Hey, listen man, to me that's good. I mean, if you're playing a lot of games, recording a lot of HDR Dolby video, yeah, obviously your phone's gonna die, dude. It's gonna die really quickly if you do all that stuff. Guess what? Just like any other phone. So it all depends on your use case scenario. From what I've seen, this phone lasts between 5 hours. I've had someone tell me it lasted them 9 hours. So battery life on the iPhone 12 Pro, between 5 and 9 hours. There you go. So this review is not over yet. I want to talk a little bit about MagSafe, or as I like to call it, ScamSafe. I'm going to trademark that name, don't you take it. Speaking of MagSafe, where is it? I think it's in my bedroom, let me go get it. Found it. So let's think about this with a clear and open perspective, right? Not as an Apple fanboy, not as an Apple hater, not as an Android lover. Let's talk about this from a user's perspective, right? The average person that doesn't care about Android or Apple, they just want a phone. They just want a good, solid phone. So let's think about this. Apple removed the headphone jack. Coincidentally, AirPods came out. And right now, to this day, AirPods are so successful, they can literally be their own company. They are so huge. They can be their own company and still be more successful than other dedicated companies. Is that not crazy? And now MagSafe came along, and we'll talk about this cheap pile of crap soon, don't worry. MagSafe came along, and coincidentally, what happens? Apple removes the charger block thing. And they really pushed this thing in the keynote. if you guys noticed, this thing was actually had more screen time, I think, than the actual iPhone. I may be wrong about that, but that doesn't matter. So Apple says this thing is to, well, they took away the charger. Meanwhile, within a few seconds later, they showed this thing on. So they're trying to push this thing so people will buy it. So Apple removed the charger. So Apple says it removed the charger block to save the environment, or to help save the environment. Hey, that's cool. I'm all for that. So you think this is cool, you go and pick it up. What do you got to do to get that full 15 watts of power? Well, I'm glad you asked. You got to go and buy that 20 watt charger. Only that 20 watt charger. No other third-party 20 watt charger is going to charge at 15 watts, except Apple's. You can use Apple's MacBook Pro charger. Guess what? It's going to charge slower than 15 watts. Long story short, if you want the full 15 watts of power that Apple advertises, you have to buy their own charger block. So you buy this for 40 bucks, guess what? You got to go out and spend another $20 on the 20 watt charger. $60. Oh, Apple, you're sneaky. Now, the hilarious thing is, and I'm really trying to not, this is, I'd like to consider this a family-friendly channel, so I'm just gonna put it that way. Use your imagination of what I want to say. Fill in the blanks. This cable is so stupid. All right, why is this cable so thin? You guys know this is going to break eventually, right? See, look at this cable. You guys probably can't see it. The cable, even though it's braided, so that already increases the strength of the cable, but it's also reinforced. So this, I mean, you literally have to try pretty hard to bend this, right? It's reinforced with some thick rubber. Good build quality. Good job. What's the company? JS Ox. Good job, honestly. All right. But Apple, what the hell kind of reinforcement is this? Can you guys even see how pathetic that is? So, and the funny thing is, this is built in. This is all coming from a company that loves the environment. Apple, if this thing snaps, and it will. I mean, this thing, I know you guys are saying, well, Mark, this is heavy. Obviously, it's going to bend the cable. But you have no idea how thin this cable is. This is going to break. It's not a matter of if it's going to break, it's a matter of when it's going to break. And when it does, you gotta give Apple another sweet $40. Why couldn't they just put another USB-C end on here? You know, USB-C to USB-C. That way if the cable breaks, all you gotta do is just buy another cable and you don't have to throw this away. Come on, Apple. I mean, come on, damn man, some attention to detail would have been great. So that, my friends, is what I call BS from Apple. BS. I won't be surprised if this thing breaks within a month. In fact, I'm gonna do an update video if this thing does break. So, yeah. Guys, if you have any questions on today's video, if you have any questions on the MagSafe, Scam Safe, iPhone 12, 12 Pro, 12 Pro Max, yes, I'm getting the 12 Pro Max. And yes, I will do a review on it. Again, if you have any questions, leave them down below. This was Mark from Mark's Tech. Adios.